Okay, good day. In today's tutorial, we're going to talk about the point of sale. So this one is geared to cash in, mainly cash in, right? So as we all know, KariDine Restaurant Management and POS is a SaaS or a cloud solution. Yes, it works locally, it works offline, it works without internet. But it's a cloud solution because it everything syncs to the cloud, and you can manage your restaurant. You can see what is taking place remotely. You don't have to be there. That is actually managing the business, adding products, running reports as the owners, and manipulating settings, and it all syncs in real time. So today, as I said, we get towards the cashier. So I'm logged in as the admin user. So I would have all the privileges. So we come over here, and we spoke about counters, stuff like that. So in a restaurant there are many POS. So the waiters may have um, a POS system that where they place their orders. Then we have the cashiers. We may have two cashiers. So each one of these terminals, we refer to that as a counter, right? So as a cashier, the first thing you may want to do, if you did not do that before, is clock in, right? So we clocking, and we hit the check in button. So right now we are checked in. So we started working. We click on the POS, where we would be presented with this screen. This screen basically tells us, okay, what counter are you cashing? So my counter name is cashier, right? So in a location that has one, two, three, four cashiers, you would name your counter to suit. So we only have one right now for this example, so we're gonna put one, right? So card and cash is basically our float. So our starting float, or what we may refer to as change. So you may have some dollar notes there. You may have some $5 note, $10 note, $100 note, whatever dollars or notes are available in your country, right? So adding that all up together, we say, okay, no problem. We have, let's say, just on average, we have $2,000 in change. So when our first customer comes, and they hands us the money, and we're gonna cash it out, we already have a float or change, uh, you know, to give that customer their change, and we hit submit. So when we hit the submit button now, we would be presented with the POS screen, and let me just put this full screen so that you can see, right? So this is the cashier's interface. So the top bar here, we have our promo deals, which we don't have any right now. We have our combos, beverages, vegetarian meals. So all of these are categories. Then we have our online menu as well, right? But that isn't configured in this example. So so vegetarian, right? We can pull, if this is the main cashier, we can pull all the orders from all the other caching points. So this is what that button is for. Pull the orders. And we have, just in case, let's say, we are dealing live, and we have the internet connection breaks. Then we have this sync button. Right now it's saying zero sales to sync, right? So we're pretty clear with that. Here we have our main menu. So this button produces our main menu. So as I said, I am the admin, so you would see a lot of uh, options to the left. But if it's a cashier based on on what role you provide that cashier with, that is the only thing that they would be able to see on this sidebar menu, right? We have our exit full screen to the top. Then we have our order status, right? This is for our online orders, right? This is our order status, right? And then we have our customer screen. So for instance, let me just add this to the cart, and if I click on my customer screen, you would see that item there as well. All right. So going back now to this screen, right? Moving to the left, we have our dashboard. We can go straight to the dashboard. If I click on this button, then we have our register details. That would pull all. So we have our opening balance of $2,000. That is what we added in cash, right? We would not have any opening balance for card, and we can close the register here and wrapped up our day. We could print the cash register details, so it would show you the amount of money that is in your cash drawer. We can export that Excel, CSV, or PDF as well. Moving forward, we have our kitchen notification. That is for all our orders that was sent to the kitchen. When that is fully prepared, and the chef clicks on finish, we get that notification here. Shortly we would show all of that. Right? We have our reservation list. If we have any reservations, that could come up. Someone comes and say, yeah, yeah, hey, I had a reservation here. Then that is there for you to preview. We have our self or online orders, because in this with this application, you can anyone at a table, once given the QR code or the menu, they can do their online orders, their self orders. Sorry. We have our future sales. Just say we add some items, then we can click in the future for this, and we can check out, and that would be in our future sale. So you can click on the calendar, select a future date, and then cash out this item. Right? We have our recent sale drop down, where we can see all our recent sales. We can print the last invoice. We have our drafts, because there's a draft button down to the bottom. Right? We have our draft sales, and then we have our language button, where we can select or change the language of the application. Moving to the center panel, this is all our categories. So in our categories, we have appetizers, we have all our burgers, we have our beers, we have our spirits or liquor or alcohol, whatever name you want to call it. So we have the prices of drinks, nips, half bottles, full bottles. We have our shots, cocktails, soft drinks or chaser, as well as our cigarettes. All right. So moving forward, we have our button to place the orders. And if we don't want to, let's say this is not an order to go to the kitchen, we can do a quick invoice and check that out. We can save this as a draft, or we can click cancel and clear our entire cart. Right? Now we have this option where, okay, I can select a beef burger, add some fries to that, add it to the cart, place the order, select a customer, place the order, and that order is sent to the kitchen. Right? So let's go again. We select, Select our walking customer, which is default, or waiter. Right. So here now, to the left panel, we have this order. So this order went to the kitchen, right? This order went to the kitchen to be served. So we can see the order details. We can see, okay, we have a beef burger with a Malta, right? We can either create this invoice and cash it out, or we can just close this drop down. We can also modify this order, bringing it back to the POS screen, and add another item and update this set order. So now if we hit order details, we would see the update of a stag bear added to this order, right? We can print this order out to our kitchen. We can print a bill for a customer, or we can print an invoice. So the bill is basically that receipt that your waiter is carrying to the customer, so that they can prepare themselves to make the payment. Invoice is where you're actually cashing this item out, receiving the funds, whether that is debit card, credit card, or cash. And the other button, what we can do is cancel this order. Right? We can see the cart items by clicking on this, and this button, which is the calendar. We can actually, this order is happening on the 27th. We can place that for a future order as mentioned. To the top panel, we can either select this order. We can, prior to adding anything, we can say this is a delivery, this is a takeaway, this is a dine in. With the dine in, once you click on dine in, now you have your table management. So we can select a table and then start to add our items. So this item is being sent to table 8. And that is basically the navigation of the POS. So we spoke about the top panel and what that does for us. We spoke about the categories. We spoke about, well, this is a search bar. If I say stag, then stag comes up. So we can search it. We can search for our items. We can scan a QR code or any description of that item, and it will show on the screen. Yeah. So we spoke about the categories. We spoke about the center console, which is just your items in your cart, showing you the item price, quantity, discount, and total. We can add a customer, type in the name, date of birth, phone number. Only the items with the red asterisk is a mandatory field. All the others is optional. We can edit a customer as well. We can edit a customer, and we can choose dine, takeaway, delivery, and our table. For the running orders, if I hit place order, that would come to the top, and we can see all our orders. So the left panel is our running orders, and we can see all our orders on this panel. We can also search by table 8. We can search by table. We can search by waiter, but we only have one waiter for the 2 orders. We can search by order number as well. Coming lower to this left panel, we have the modify order, where we can modify it. We can see the order details. Within the order details, we can go straight to checkout. We can create the invoice and go straight to checkout. or we can cancel. We can reprint this for the kitchen. We can print a bill for the customer. We can cash that customer out, or we can cancel, simply cancel this order and give a reason and click OK. That order will be cancelled, and we have our kitchen notification. An order has been deleted, order number, and it gives you the order number. So we can select and remove this notification. If I cancel this other order as well, it gives me a reason. I will say test, and you will get a notification as well indicating that this order as well has been deleted or cancelled. And we select and remove it, confirm removing it, and we are ready to serve our next customer. So that is it with the navigation of this POS system. What I will do in the next tutorial is show you the process of cashing an item, sending it to the kitchen. The kitchen staff or the chef prepares this meal, alerts the waiter, and the waiter collects this item and serves their customer. So thank you for viewing this tutorial, and see you in my next tutorial, where we actually